It has been almost 1 year since the mass shooting at Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. On February 14, 2018, Nicholas Cruz, a former student, walked into the school armed with a AR-15 style rifle. There, he killed a total of 17 people, 14 students, 3 staff members. After the mass shooting, many students and survivors expressed their amendment rights through the freedom of religion, speech, press, assembly, and last, the right of petition. After a mass shooting or equally devastating tragedy, the message of thoughts and prayers is shared a lot. After so many mass shootings, the message of this seems to lose its impact. As seen in Charlote Alton's article, The Young and Relentless, adults have failed to stop school shootings, now it's up to the kids to try. Published in 2018, he writes, Democrats offer feeble pleas for progress. Republicans offer thoughts and prayers. No substantial laws are passed, and the nation moves on. Prayer is a form of religion. Prayer is part of religion, and the survivors of the shooter has expressed their freedom of religion by rejecting the notion of thoughts and prayers. Instead, they came up with the hashtag slogan, Never Again, hashtag Never Again. With social media, especially with platforms like Twitter and Facebook, anyone can become their own publisher. The use of hashtag Never Again is the student and survivor's way of using freedom of press. Later in Altman's article, he writes, the Never Again movement is a nonpartisan. A reason for using nonpartisan tactics for a movement is to allow anyone, no matter party affiliation, to join the movement. One of the most vocal survivors of the Parkland shooting is Emma Gonzalez. In Eller Claudia's article, Emma Gonzalez, published on October 11, 2018, she writes, harnessing sorrow and rage into activism, the Parkland survivor galvanized a movement giving voice to a young generation that helped shape culture and history. Through this, it shows how the student was able to express their First Amendment right through freedom of speech. It also shows the impact that this right gives us. Through her voice, it could influence others as well. Last, how the survivors of the Parkland shooting were able to express their First Amendment rights was through freedom of assembly and freedom to petition, as this could be seen through Cesar Becerra's article, Knowledge Can Be Mightier Than the Gun, published in 2018. Through the article, he writes, recently, large crowds of adults, teenagers, and children took to the streets to protest in favor of stricter gun laws. Close to 2 million people attended March for Our Lives across the nation, forming one unified and powerful voice speaking to the politicians we elect, in part to make decisions that will keep us safe. Teenager survivors of Florida Parkland shooting were largely responsible for organizing these marches and peaceful protest. Through this, the students expressed their right to assemble by helping cause this nationwide protest. And later in the article, Becerra writes, that same week, Congress voted to lift the ban on federal research, which has been in effect for the last 2 decades. Through this, it shows that the effect that the freedom of petition also has, and how it could actually influence our government as well. And this allowed the federal government to lift the ban on research towards gun violence. Through the use of First Amendment rights, the survivors of Parkland shooters were able to express their freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of press, freedom to assemble, and freedom of petition. Through this, they were able to shed a light on the topic of gun violence and gain a lot of attention upon it.